What's up, guys? We are back, and I'm looking at 7 more trends in the NBA. Last video I uploaded these, we went 5-2. Both losses were both from New Orleans Pelicans on the same team. And the last video I uploaded was NHL plays. We cashed all 4. So we've been on fire here on the second channel. Let's hop in and let's keep cashing. We've been on fire this NBA season. We are over 64 units of profit. If you had only just $10 on every play since the start of the NBA season, you'd be over $600 of profit, let alone $50 on each play. You'll be over $3,000 of profit. That is how good we've been over in the DubClub. Join right now for 50% off your first month, linked down in my description. It's my best package. It includes Discord chat. It includes all of my plays sent straight to you for the NBA, the NHL, and the NFL. And you automatically get put into the Discord where you get access to my contributors' plays as well. Prop to prop, Heems, Asby's in that one. All these guys do amazing work. Asby just went 3 for 3 last night. So get in right now. 50% off your first month is linked down in my description. Now let's get to these 7 plays that I like in this video here. These are going to be some trends. They're not official plays from me, but they are more just trends and some research that I'm doing here for this NBA slate. Like I said, we didn't go 5-2 on our last video we posted of these NBA trends. We're looking to go even better in this video. Hopefully we go 7-0. That's the goal. Let's hop in and let's get to these trends here. So the first trend I like here on the prize picks board is going to be Stephen Curry here in the assist category here. So I like Stephen Curry here for his over 6 assists. Let's take a look at why though. So Curry this year is over in 63% of games, as you can see here. He has missed in 3 straight games. However, looking at the insight here on Outlier, he's actually been over or had at least 6 assists in 10 of his last 11 games against bottom 10 defenses, 4 assists allowed. So these games have just kind of been due to some really tough matchups here, like OKC ranking 4th. You have the Magic here ranking dead last. And you also have the Suns game here, who's kind of in the middle of the pack here, but he did play really low minutes in that game due to a 25-point blowout. This time around, they are 6.5-point favorites. And wins this year, Curry has had 6 or more assists in 79% of games. He's been very, very good this year when they do end up winning the games. So you combine his track record and wins this year compared with just how good he's been against those bottom 10 defenses in assists allowed. It should be a really nice matchup for him against Utah. I mean, the matchup is good on paper, but also he's just had a great track record in wins, like I said. You just have guys like Jonathan Kuminga being out in this game also. This is his track record this year without Jonathan Kuminga. A lot of kind of inconsistencies, I would say, especially for his potential assist. But with it being just such a good matchup here and him coming off of some dud games due to those tough matchups, it's a nice little bounce back spot for Curry to go over his assist, which is why I like the trend here of the over 5.5 assists and him being over in 10 of his last 11 games against those bottom 10 defenses. Getting to my next trend here, this one is actually going to be over in the rebounds category here, but we're not going with a big man for the rebounds. We're actually going to go with Jamal Murray here to go over 3.5 rebounds. You find him on the prize picks board at 4 rebounds, but there is really high push potential at 4 rebounds. But you could find him on Underdog Fantasy or any other multiplier-based payout app, and you can get him at 3.5 rebounds. So I think it's a really nice spot for him either way, but just pay attention to the rebounds. It's such a low number that there is a very, very high push potential for Jamal Murray here. But he's had at least 4 rebounds here in 61% of the games this year. It's a really good matchup here against the Pelicans, who rank 28th in rebounds allowed per game. And the point guards, shooting guards, they're ranked 28th right there, as you can see. And Jamal Murray here has gone over or had at least 4 rebounds in 6 straight games against bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed. You can see how good he has been as of late in terms of rebounding, over in 7 of his last 10. Tough matchups here include the Magic right there, Minnesota. They do have the Charlotte game right here. But you have the good matchups here, just like the Pelicans last game. He just played the Pelicans last game 2 days ago, where he actually had 5 rebounds right there. And his rebound chances in that game were pretty good with 8. So, he should be having at least 4 rebounds if he is going to have another 8 rebound chances in this game here. And against the Pelicans in the past year, he's actually 3 for 3 against them this season with a really high rebound chances. He's had 10, 13, and 8 rebound chances with 6, 8, and 5 rebounds. So I think it's a really nice spot for him to go yet again over the 3.5 rebounds tonight. We're going to stay in the same game here, but this time we're going to go with a point prop from his opponent. That's because tonight I like CJ McCollum over 21.5 points. So McCollum here has been over had at least 22 points in 57% of games this year. He's been very good as of late also, going over in 6 of his last 8, as you can see there. And there are also plenty of injuries to this team. That includes players like Brandon Ingram and DeJounte Murray being out. Without both those guys this year, he has had 23, 9, and 30 points. And one of those games, though, we only played 23 minutes, but probably was going over anyway, but that game was also still just a massive blowout. This time around is a 10.5 point spread, and they are underdogs in this game, but they did just play Denver last game, where he was able to drop 30 points in a 12-point loss. Hopefully we got to see something similar in today's game here, but he is actually 2 for 2 against them this year with 24 and 30 points. And also, let's hop down to the insights here over on Outlier. He has been over his points in 5 straight games against bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. As you can see there, they're allowing about 29 points per game on average. And Denver as a whole, they're ranking 24th in points allowed per game at 116.4. Point guards specifically, they rank 21st, even if you factor in the shooting guards here at 24. So they're just giving up a ton of points here to the guards compared to some of these other positions, especially the big men. So with him, I think he's in a great spot here to go over his points tonight. I really, really do. It's not an official play, like I said earlier, it's a trend, but he had a great couple games here against Denver this year. He's had a great track record against those bottom 10 defenses, and the matchup's overall really, really good on paper. So as long as this game stays close and he sees his full minutes, I don't doubt that he can go over his points tonight. Before we get to my next 4 plays here, if you're not already on Sleeper, it's one of the best apps out there right now. First off, it's available in most states in 18 years and older, but you get some awesome promos when you first join. You get a $100 deposit match for your first deposit, as you can see there, using promo code DOMG. But we're not done yet, because also as a new user, you get access to a free square. Obviously, will not be an MLB free square, but there will be a free square in either the NBA or the NFL for you when you do sign up for Sleeper. We also have 2 discounts on the board currently for the Super Bowl, which includes Xavier Worthy over 47.5 receiving yards, as well as A.J. Brown over 59.5 receiving yards. So some awesome discounts are on the board for the Super Bowl. You get that deposit match, and you get a free square when you do sign up for Sleeper. Available in most states, 18 years and older. Use promo code DOMG. Let's get to our next play here. This one's going to stay in the points category here. We're going to move over to a different game here, because tonight I like Jaren Jackson Jr. over 23.5 points. You see here that he has had at least 24 points if we move this here, in 42% of games this year. He also has been a little bit hot recently, going over in 4 of his last 6, as you can see, so kind of the last couple games here he's been pretty damn good. He's had 21 plus in, I believe, 8 straight games now, so he's been right on the mark there of his 24 plus points. But he gets played Toronto today, who ranks 24th points per game at 116.4. They're also 9.5 point favorites tonight. And if you scroll down, you can see he's actually been over his points in 4 of his last 5 games against bottom 10 defenses for points allowed. In the Raptors against in the past at least, he is only played them one time this year, where it was back in December. He dropped 32 minutes, where he dropped 21 points. And the field goal attempts here, he shot 17, which was pretty damn solid. And they did score 155 points as a whole, but also you have to factor some of these injuries to this team, because you have guys like Desmond Bane who are going to be out today, who's of course a high volume scorer. And he's also been over in 3 of his last 4 games here without Desmond Bane. And some of these misses are just due to foul trouble or just, crazy minutes here, because in games where he's seen 30 plus minutes without Desmond Bane, he's been a lot more consistent, going over in 4 out of 6, as you can see there, or even 5 out of 7 with just 28 plus minutes. And also you can factor in games where they win and things like that, because they are 9.5 point favorites. So I think overall it's a pretty good spot here for Jaren Jackson Jr. I like his matchup here a lot against Toronto tonight. Moving on to the next play, we've gone with a lot of overs already. We've gone with, all of them have been overs for the most part here. And the next play here I like is going to be Cade Cunningham, but this time under his assists. I do not believe this one actually is on the PrizePicks board here at 9.5. It was not earlier, but now it is. He is at 9.5 assists over on PrizePicks. I like him on the under here. Cade Cunningham this season is over in only 48% of games this year. You can see what he's done in his last few games here. His last 20, he's only over in 35% of games. But this line is very, very inflated because of the last 2 games where he's dished out 15 and 14 assists in very good matchups against the Bulls and against the Atlanta Hawks. Now he has one of the toughest possible matchups here against Cleveland, who rank 9th in assists allowed per game, and the point guards, they still rank 9th at about 8.1 per game to opposing point guards. And also, he's actually been under this in 6 of his last 7 games against top 10 defenses for assists allowed. He's also already played them, I believe, twice this year, if I'm not wrong. He's played them twice this year, where he's only had 6 and 7 assists in those games. The potential assists in those games also, by the way, were 9 and 14. Very low potential assist numbers for him having a 9.5 line right here. So I think it's going to be really tough for him to have 10 assists in this game here. So give me the under here for Cade Cunningham and his assists at 9.5. We're now going to move on to one of my wagons I've taken in the last 2 games here, and I really want to take him yet again today. That's going to be Walker Kessler here from the Utah Jazz over either 11.5 rebounds or over 12.5 rebounds and assists. I actually prefer the 12.5 rebounds assists, but actually bumped on PrizePicks, which is why I'm going to pivot here to the 11.5 rebounds. So take a look at why I like him so much over the 11.5 rebounds on the board. He is over in 47% of games so far this year, and Golden State, they ranked 23rd in rebounds allowed per game at 45.1. To center specifically, they ranked 26th at 13.3 given up per game. This game is a 6.5 point spread, so it's expected to stay relatively close. And you can also see that he has actually been over in 5 of his last 6 games against bottom 10 defenses for rebounds allowed, and again, they ranked 22nd, which is, of course, in the bottom 10. He did go under in his only game against Golden State this year with only 9 rebounds, but if you factor in the minutes here, he only played 20 minutes in that game. Lately, he's been seeing a lot more minutes than that. He's played, 33 and 34 minutes in his last 2 games here. He also have a lot of injuries to this team, as well as Drew Eubanks being gone off the team, with him being traded here to the Clippers. Without Eubanks this year, he's over in 6 out of 11 games, including 5 of his last 6, as you can see there. And one of those misses there was with 30 minutes, where he's seen a little bit more recently. And that was also a very tough match against the Knicks, who rank dead last in rebounds allowed per game. So I love Walker Kessler yet again tonight. I like his over for his rebounds and his rebounds and assists. Moving on to my next play here. This was actually in this morning's YouTube video. If you have not already seen my main plays, my official plays that I personally lock in, the plays I put my money on, it's over on DOMG Props, the main channel. He was already in this video earlier today. Go subscribe over there if you have not already. See my main play video. Got 2 free plays in there and all my plays over in the DubClub. But I love Rudy Gobert today, over 12.5 points. Let's take a look at why. So Gobert is over in 34% of games this year. Has been great as of late, going over in 6 of his last 7 games you can see there. Chicago is a beautiful matchup here. They ranked 29th in points per game, and to centers, they're ranked 28th at 21.6 per game. They are 11.5 point favorites, so do kind of keep that in mind. There is a slight blowout potential there, but his field attempts are way up as of late, and that has a lot to do with at least the last 2 games here, there being no Julius Randle on this Timberwolves team. Without him this year, he's 2 for 2 this year with 16 and 19 points, so he's flown over these lines by a good margin, and with really nice field goal attempts. He's had 12 and 9 there, which, 9 is more than enough to get this one done, because he's just such an efficient shooter. He's shooting very, very good this year. He's actually shooting about 66%, so, 9 field goal attempts is enough to get this one done. So I think it's a really nice spot for him here. It's a good matchup here against the Bulls, one that you can just dream of. So give me the over here for Rudy Gobert and his points against Chicago Bulls. To recap the 7 trends in this video, went 5-2 in the last one. We went 4-0 on NHL plays yesterday. Let's keep it going. The first play was Stephen Curry over 5.5 assists. I also like Jamal Murray over 3.5 rebounds. CJ McCollum over 21.5 points. Jaren Jackson Jr. over 23.5 points. Cade Cunningham under 9.5 assists. Rudy Gobert over 12.5 points, and Walker Kessler over 12.5 rebounds and assists, or 11.5 rebounds. Love the spot for all these guys tonight. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you guys want some more from me. I have NHL plays on this channel, as well as potentially NFL plays here, as well as these NBA trend videos. So don't miss out. I plan on double uploading 1 video on the main channel, 1 video on this channel every single day. So make sure you subscribe with those post notifications turned on. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.